Beautiful Sunday morning. So what else but a MotorMatters road trip? Because HAVAL Jolion HEV, the Jolion Pro HEV, in fact, the new version that was launched not all that long ago, with a few subtle changes, a few subtle updates, and just actually upping the game on the Jolion range. So you've got the HEV version, the top of the range, 140 kilowatts, 375 Newton meters of torque from this hybrid engine. So it is the power version of the range, but it's not just about that. It's about the space it gives you. It's about the performance it gives you because it is the power version of the range. And it's about the extra economy you can get from a hybrid as well, if that's what you want, that whole combination. So I suggest, as always with MotorMatters, check it out, watch what we got to say, and see what you think about one of the most affordable hybrids on the market in South Africa right now. It's little things like the blue background on the HAVAL badge that tell you or give a signal that maybe this is the hybrid version. I always comment about blue badging with hybrids. But you've got, of course, look at this front spoiler splitter effect down here in black, bit of glossier effect over there. They've made the Pro a little bit more edgy, which I really do like. LED headlights, for example. It's little features like that. Little winglets, look at this, on the front corner of the bumper. Making it edgy, making it look sporty. Very nice dual tone 18-inch alloy wheels over there. And of course the cladding that you expect over the wheel arches and down, of course, at the bottom of the doors over there, with lots of black contrasting trim as well. So these are all signals of exactly what this car is about, and being, of course, the top model in the range, that it's got sporty pretensions, can I call it that? And quite honestly, with 140 kilowatts and 375 Newton meters, they may not just be pretensions to being sporty. But what I really am impressed about by this car, look at this. Take a look over here. The driver's seat set for myself. This legroom in your family SUV. It's not even a medium SUV, it's a family SUV. And talk about stretch out space over here. Leather trim with contrasting stitching, whether it's real leather or not, we don't discuss anymore. 2 USBs for the back seat for your passengers, door pockets, and of course your panoramic roof above, because this is ultra luxury spec. Don't forget that fact as well. So it's got little sort of faux wood over here effects as well. Just everything is very, very neat on the car. I keep stressing that point, and I think it's very, very important. You come around to the back over here, of course, and you've got features like the light bar across the back, which has become also a bit of a standard among family SUVs these days, and especially the top spec models. A little bit surprisingly, the tailgate isn't powered on this model. I say a little bit surprisingly. It's no big deal. I'm not going to complain about it, but I am a bit surprised considering it's the top model in the range. But it's really not that big a deal. And then, of course, something you've got to live with and accept is the fact that this is the battery pack for the hybrid. Take a look at that. So you don't get a spare wheel, for example. You get your puncture mobility kit, your pump, call it what you want, and I've got to say your boot space is kind of compromised. Are we going to even attempt an Allen test over here? Wow, I tell you now, if I'm going to, let's see if I can remove the shelf, because otherwise I'll never get in here. Just put it like that. Let's hop in. This, I've got to tell you, in standard format, is just a 1 Allen boot. Only just, because remember, the rear tailgate is going to slope down over there. So, like everything in life, compromises happen, don't they? You want the hybrid, you want the battery pack for the hybrid, you're going to lose some boot space. Simple as that. You obviously can drop the rear seats, 2/3, 1/3. You can extend the luggage space that way, but as your 5-seater family SUV, just remember you are a bit restricted on luggage. And then you've got to make the effort to close the tailgate. As I mentioned, the 1.5 litre turbo with hybrid. 140 kilowatts, 375 Newton meters of torque, automatic gearbox, driving the front wheels. Let's check on the road. Let's check it inside. Okay, so we're out cruising on the open road. Been to Paris, went for breakfast. Why not? And now just heading back, cruising, very relaxed, very comfortable, because this Jolion sits nicely. It's planted on the road. It holds the road nicely. Plenty power under the bonnet, 140 kilowatts, 375 Newton meters of torque. It is a relaxing cruiser, family SUV in every respect. Tons of space in the back seat. Actually, really, when I looked at it with the driver's seat set for myself, as always, was really actually surprised at how much room it's got in it. Nice big infotainment screen in front of me over here. Some proper buttons over here on the fascia for ventilation, for things like that. So it's got those kind of features that you want, that make life pleasant, make life comfortable. A bit of road rumble, but it is also not the smoothest, easiest piece of road, so I don't think that's an unfair, maybe I'm being unfair on it even commenting on that there is that touch of road rumble, but I'm just saying it to you for now. But other than that, it really is relaxing. This is the kind of car you want to pile the family in, chuck the luggage in the boot and head off for a long weekend. That's the kind of vibe this car is giving me right now. And at the price point, which you expect from GWM HAVAL, it is one of the most affordable hybrids on the South African market. Obviously, you've got to look at spec level as well as just pure price, because that's where obviously the big competitor, the Corolla Cross, comes in. When you're comparing spec and price, I can't say it is the most affordable, but I think you get my picture, because ultra luxury, remember this is ultra luxury spec in HAVAL talk, in HAVAL speak. So it's got lots and lots of little bits and pieces that you want at the top end in that respect. Jumping in behind the wheel, I've just discovered something quite interesting. You can see you've got your TFT instrumentation in front of me here, but the trip meter seems to reset when you start the car. So I can't show you the exact fuel consumption, which I'm a bit confused by. But what I can tell you is, on the road just now, you will have seen I said 7.1 liters per 100. Well, the return trip from Paris and then a bit of urban driving dropped the overall figure for the day yesterday to 6.6. That's a lot more respectable and a lot more like what I expect from this car. There is also in front of me a head-up display. You probably can't see it right now, but there is a nice full head-up display. And of course, you've got your multi-function steering wheel, everything you would expect on here as well. And you've got, for example, your warning for your active braking. You've got all your ADAS on this top spec version. Just remember that. So you've got active braking, lane keep, lane departure, obviously cruise control, not active cruise control, but cruise control. But you've got all of those on this car as well, because it's ultra luxury. Just keep that in mind. And down here, you've even got a hill descent button over there, just for going on off the beaten track, just a tiny little bit as well. You've got your, I think it's about a 10 odd inch infotainment screen over here. Got everything you want, works nice and easily. It does, you just flick across, just for example, I mean, it's just very simple. There's, for example, your settings, etc. You know what I'm referring to. Has Android and Apple CarPlay, but wired only, not wireless. And it is the double-decker center console. So your USBs for the front are down over there. And interestingly, you can't see it, I can't show it to you now, but there's another USB up top here for a dash cam, which I think is quite a nice little feature as well. It's on the side of the mirrors housing over there. But coming back over here, you'll see there's a softish touch to the dash over here, to this level over here. You've got buttons over here for your aircon ventilation system. Well done on that. And you come down, inductive charging pad, and of course the rotary gear shifter, which you like, you don't like, it's functional. I don't care. It works well. And you've got electronic parking brake over here. You've also got these slots over here, which actually hold your phone quite nicely, I found. Or you can leave it down there, or you can put it there. You've got all these choices, just in case you need them. And you've got cup holders, of course, a little storage compartment. These are all things you expect. Electric adjustment on the driver's seat, 6 airbags. This is, I keep saying, your family SUV. but with a lot of more space than many other similar vehicles. Of course, the crux is the price. Well, if I tell you that this version, the ultra luxury HEV, comes in at 516,950, 517,000 Rand, you'll understand why I've been saying during this test it is one of the most affordable hybrids on the South African road, certainly for the spec level that it gives. If you heard that noise now, it's because the electric or the battery is cutting in and out because the car's just idling at the moment. So don't worry about that. But it does run nicely in battery at low speeds, etc. in urban use. So that's the price there. Interestingly, if you want the S version, which is the non-hybrid with 10 kilowatts less, it's 495. So it's about 20,000 less, can I call it? But according to official figures, you're going to use at least 2 liters per 100, maybe even 3 liters per 100 more on average. So you work out for yourself the value of having your hybrid. As simple as that. I think it may explain it to you very, very simply. 7 years, 75,000 kilometer service plan, 7-year warranty. GW and HAVAL are serious about all of these features. It's up to you, quite honestly. You've got to take a look. You've got to drive it. You've got to see for yourself. But I can't find anything really. I always come up with my Allen's picky points. Finding it difficult to find on this car. I think it fills its suited role and its set role absolutely perfectly in the SA market. For MotorMatters, I'm Alan R. I'll see you next time.